What's up, Space Pirates? This is your captain, the ever-charming Dr. Disaster, and I thought that it was a good time to check in on how Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster has been doing since it's been out for about a week or so.
Please disperse! Nothing to see here!
The game censored a whole bunch of the material from the original game, making it far less appealing to those of us who played the old one, and as a result, the game never even broke 6,500 players on Steam concurrently, and the number of copies that were sold is mind-bogglingly bad, considering how much money that this game would have cost the studio to put together. Capcom cannot be happy with how this has worked out.
Okay, Twinkle Toes. I want to know where my money is, and I want to know right now!
Dead Rising isn't even in the top 100 best sellers on Steam right now. To be fair, they are beating the likes of Concord, but that's not exactly a true test of quality. That game was legendary as to how poorly it sold. The estimates on VG Insights suggest that Concord only had about 25,000 units while it was available. And Dead Rising is laughably not that much higher, as I'm going to show you in a minute here. I guess there are consequences to shitting on gamers who liked the original game.
Hey, right back at you, bitch.
Alright, me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, where I keep a list of woke and DEI-infected games pinned to the account at all times for your reference. My handle on the platform is Dr. Disaster 1. But let's dive into what we have going on here with Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. First of all, for full context, let's look at how much this game would have cost. Now, I know that this is just a remaster, which means it won't have cost as much as building a game from the ground up. I've estimated that with marketing costs and everything like that, Capcom likely spent around $100 million on making this game. AAA games have long been estimated to cost, on average, between $50 and $150 million to make. And if you assume that it's on the lower end of that spectrum, they definitely still spent something on marketing, so I'm guessing it's going to have a total spend of around $100 million. But the point is that they are not going to come anywhere near reaching the break-even number. Here is the data from VG Analytics. Keep in mind that a video game always sells the vast majority of its copies in the first week or so of its release. There will be stragglers, of course. Sales will keep trickling in over the next few months as people who maybe couldn't afford it at first finally come around and buy the game, but it will be much lower. The numbers are going to drop, and the bulk of their sales are likely already here. But anyhow, as you can see here, they are estimating that Dead Rising only sold about 66,000 units, and they've grossed $2.6 million off of it. Even if they doubled their sales, which I kind of doubt that they will, at least not by the end of the year, but even if they did that, they would still only have brought in about $5 million. Now, we can quibble over what the actual cost of the game is. Some people out there are going to probably try to argue with me and say that it's much lower than the $100 million that I'm guessing, but what cannot be disputed is that the $2.5 million that they have raked in on this game isn't going to even put a dent into the costs of the game. Capcom is well and truly screwed, and I fully blame their attitude on it. I fully blame this mentality that they have to censor the game and try to make it appealing to a modern audience. I mean, when a guy like me, who used to play the original for hours on end, it was my first Xbox 360 game way back in the day, but when a guy like me sees that they are changing the Asian butcher into a white dude because they think the original depiction was problematic, when they see that, they get pissed off and they don't buy the game. And they also changed the dialogue in the game so as to not have one of the characters refer to dirty communists. Once again, that's the sort of thing that's going to piss someone like me off. I don't care about your progressive moral values and how you don't want to hear people say that you're a dirty communist. And they also got rid of the risque pictures that Frank could take because these screeching, harpy, feminist types are just plain mean-spirited towards straight males. They have become prudes and moralistic scolds. Long ago, the evangelical types used to rage at this sort of thing being in games, and gamers largely told them to piss off. Now, the woke scolds are raging at the same thing. The more things change, the more they stay the same. The wokesters and the evangelicals are way more similar than some people would like to admit. But in any event, all of this mentality absolutely caused this game to tank. This sort of thing was a non-starter for a lot of gamers out there, and their attempts at marketing Dead Rising died on the vine, so to speak, because the word of mouth that games try to generate with their marketing, it turned into a bunch of people telling each other not to bother playing this game. I mean, the attitude of the developers toward this game is on full display with the recent explanation as to why Frank looks old and weary in this title. Basically, they came right out and told us that they deconstructed him on purpose so that they can better emphasize his life-related frustrations. They said they wanted to make a more realistic style for Frank because apparently the developers don't believe that there's any way that a person isn't old looking and frustrated with life, I guess. So yeah, they made him look old and gruff, and it just doesn't work very well in my opinion. So once again, these turds felt the need to shit on a beloved old school character for no damn good reason other than they just hate what we like. With that sort of very shitty attitude, it's just no surprise to see that this game was absolutely shredded in sales. But I am going to leave it there. Drop your mockery of Capcom and Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster into the comment section below, and we will talk there.
Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.